Okay, guys, so we're back with another episode of Zoxtalks. I'm your host, Zox. Now, we're going to be diving into the hyper talk coming from Etheria Restart. I wanted to actually see what they were cooking up this next season, season 2, because, again, I think that with season 1, there were definitely a lot of different adjustments, growing pains, and a lot of different things that had started to kind of evolve. So I'm wondering and kind of interested in seeing what season 2 is going to be bringing as far as, like, new characters, QOL, etc., right? So we're going to go ahead and dive into it, hear what they got to say and what they've been cooking up. So let's go ahead and let's check this out and give our thoughts.
Hello, Hyperlinkers, and welcome to the new episode of Hyper Talk. I'm your host, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
Hello, everyone. Long time no see. I'm Marcus.
What's up, Marcus?
Today is our special preview program for Etheria Restart Season SS2. Marcus and I will be guiding all you Hyperlinkers as we deep dive into the new info for the season. We have a lot to cover today, so let's first show everyone.
I like that little setup. Like, I need to get a room like that, man. Send me some of those posters.
All the known info for the entire SS2 season. This includes the SS2 season theme, info on several new Animuses, brand new game content, and the full event calendar for the season.
As we go through the program, we'll also be revealing the preview reward codes. Make sure you keep watching so you don't miss out on the great content and all the prizes.
All right, let's get started.
Etheria Restart has been out for a while now, but before we officially start on the SS2 content, why don't we do a quick recap of what's happened since the game launched?
No problem. Etheria Restart officially launched worldwide on September 25th, and in just one day, we hit over 5 million global downloads.
Jeez.
It's featured on the App Store in many regions around the world, and will also be launched on Steam this month.
Ooh, coming to Steam is actually really good.
Etheria Restart has had 3 major updates, 5 new Animuses, and the dev team have been continuously optimizing the game while adding a lot of new gameplay modes.
Wow, that's great. You can really tell the dev team is working hard to bring new content to all the Hyperlinkers.
That's right. And right after launch, on September 27th, we officially started the 2-month-long Summit Arena Season SS1.
Dang, it's been 2 months? Because it's about to end now. It didn't feel like it actually felt a little longer.
Hyperlinkers could get beautiful cosmetic rewards just by playing matches in the Summit Arena. Besides the Battle Pass, we also included a lot of new rank and tier rewards. The Hyperlinkers who finished in the top 3 for the season didn't just get special avatar frames and trophy badges, but they were also immortalized in the Hall of Glory.
Aside from the rewards for top players, Chris, can you show us the SS1 exclusive Mystery Animus outfit you get just for reaching Platinum?
Of course. This is Lily's SS1
Yeah, I feel like you guys might want to just snatch that. It's a free skin, basically just for playing.
That outfit really suits her.
Lily's skills come from her magic cape and top hat, so this outfit
at this point, I feel like unless you're like super new, everybody should have Lily at this point. They basically gave her away for free.
Season SS1 is in its final few days. As long as you reach Platinum rank, you can get this outfit. Don't miss out.
After reviewing so much from Season SS1, it's time for us to start talking about the content for Season SS2.
We've prepared a teaser trailer for Season SS2 for everyone. Let's check it out together.
All right, let's see.
The snow falls as the horn of the winter crown sounds its call.
This is why, like, I can see people want story, dude. They have such good animations. They could make some crazy stories.
Some have been poised for this moment, waiting to reclaim the throne.
Okay. Cherry? Does that say cherry
Others
ball?
thought victory was guaranteed, yet were unaware they had already been outsmarted. The winter battlefield is charged.
Oh, just give it a little dislike.
And unforeseen variables. No one can claim an unassailable fortress. No one can simply pluck this rhyme tiara.
All right, so there's like 2 different opposing
this grand
sides here.
Is never short of stories. Let's take a bet. This time, who do you believe?
Hey, is Tiamat getting a new skin? That looks kind of clean for her.
Amelia.
Amelia? Who's that? Bro, don't let it be like Tiamat 2.0 or Tiamat's like counterpart or something crazy. Okay.
Wow, the crystal clear ice and snow in that shot, along with the unique Animuses, they all come together to carve out a brand new season.
That's right, the theme for the season is Remade Tiara. The real world is already taken over by extreme snow, and now the Etheria world is also covered in ice. I can really feel that winter is here. What you're all seeing now is the season's themed contender realm, Everwinter Tribunal.
Wow,
The
what a
characters
grand
look
looking
good,
arena.
man.
Besides the
That
arena
did look
outfit, there
different.
are
Like,
also
especially that
matching
dude with the
Chakuring
guitar.
outfits and Hyperlinker outfits. Let's give everyone a quick look. We have the Frost Knight Chaku outfit, along with the Snowveil Resolve and Winter Blossom Hyperlinker loungewear.
Yeah, those look good.
This loungewear set is just too beautiful. The design is so ethereal and cool. The fantasy feel of an ice princess, but also the powerful aura of a queen. You know I'm definitely getting this in Season SS2.
There's still a little bit more time before Season SS2 begins. I'm sure many hyperlinkers are already wondering about the balance adjustments before the next season starts.
Yeah.
Currently, since Season SS1 is still in
Oh, yeah,
progress,
they're not
the
gonna
devs
drop
are
'em.
still closely monitoring live matches to ensure a wider variety of Animuses can be used in PvP, so it will be some time before the final adjustments are made and announced.
For specific balance changes, please keep an eye on the official community announcements. They are expected to be released in the update notice next week, sometime before the SS2 season update.
Okay.
Along with the start of Season SS2, we will also be launching the new season celebration event.
Oh,
During
nice.
the
They're
event,
gonna
there will
give
be a series of seasonal
Prism Dice
celebration
and
sign-in
Synchron
bonuses to give
Dice
hyperlinkers
and the
supplies for
Quantum
the new
Cipher
season.
box.
With
But
these
who's in
supplies,
it?
it'll be even easier to jump into the new season. We've talked so much about the season. Chris, hurry up and tell us about the new Animuses we saw in the promotional video.
Alright, today I'll start by introducing two new Animuses that will be implemented in next week's update. First up is Lawan. She's the commander-in-chief of the EOS
Oh,
Security
she got an
Bureau's
artisan.
secret
She about to be a
forces.
bruiser.
She has always been on the front lines, responsible for hunting down native Animuses
about to be a
and
bruiser.
high-priority criminals.
Ain't no reason for her to have an
She's
artisan
meticulous, patient, and flawless in her work. Even the pickiest boss would have trouble finding fault with her.
Dang, she is so cool.
on. Oh, dang.
Let's not get
And
too
I
excited
think she's an
yet.
LD
We also
too. She
prepared
looks
the
like it.
CG and skill introduction promotional video. Let's take a look together.
Okay.
I just wanted to have a drink in the Faltering district. But it seems you're the one showing no respect.
Like, come on, we need story for this stuff, dude. This is so sick. Like, it looks sick. Ooh. Come on, y'all can't have her going crazy like this, y'all.
Closed isn't a good enough reason.
She gotta do that in
to
combat.
terminate a guest.
Like, in game.
I'll give you one last chance. Tell me,
She giving them the Soul Calibur Ivy vibes.
is Santique?
That sound like a Tekken theme song too.
Report. First assault team has sealed all exits of the bar.
Oh, he about to spank them. I'm not gonna lie.
Report. Second assault team has confirmed the
This
target
character
position.
kinda cooked.
Closing in now.
He kinda does. He kinda cooks. I'm not gonna lie. That's giving Guilty
Looks
Gears
like
now.
my performance has drawn some special guests.
The show's over. Santique, surrender and confess your crimes.
Nah, he not having it.
You really think you can take me?
Oh, damn, okay. Alright, so we're seeing a little bit of range action going on here. Oh man, so yeah, she's Disorder. I knew it. I was like, she seems like a
To catch a
LD.
cunning one, you have to be even more cunning.
Okay.
Lowen is a defense-based damage dealer centered around the
I
special
knew
effect
it!
Exaltation. By
I
casting her
knew
ultimate,
it!
Lowen applies Exaltation to an enemy Animus, causing them to be struck by her skill 1 after every action,
Oh,
while
wow.
greatly reducing the damage they deal to her. Her skill 2 inflicts decreased attack and decreased speed on all enemy
Oh, man,
Animus,
and they just
dealing
added,
heavy damage to
what's his
those
name,
affected by Exaltation.
The new
Combined
Ting?
with the taunt effect from her skill 1, Lowen can effectively suppress the enemy's main damage dealers, exerting strong control on the battlefield. Skill 1 deals damage to a single enemy based on Lowen's defense, with a chance to apply taunt for 1 turn. If the target's affected by exaltation, the attack will always hit and advance Lowen's turn meter.
Ooh.
Exclusive effect,
Okay.
Exaltation. Enemies affected by exaltation deal reduced damage to Lowen, and any debuffs they attempt to apply to her
Have a
are
reduced chance.
automatically resisted.
Oh.
After each of their actions,
Nah, that's
Lowen will
nasty.
immediately counterattack with skill 1.
Okay, that's insane.
Skill 2 deals defense-based damage to all enemies, applying decreased attack and decreased speed for 2 turns. If the target is under exaltation, the attack always hits and deals increased damage. Ultimate unleashes multiple defense-based attacks on a single enemy, dispelling buffs with each hit and applying taunt for 2 turns. The final strike always applies exaltation, and if the target already has exaltation, the damage is greatly increased.
Oof. Okay.
Patience is a
Okay,
hunter's
so she
greatest
seems
lesson.
like she's gonna be fairly
Even
strong.
the most
honestly.
intricate trap fails without it.
Next, I'll be introducing Santik. He comes from the Arv's Western Development Zone. He's an underground metal rock kid who's well known in the
He's on an
underground scene.
alicorn.
Once he starts playing, he completely loses himself in a rock frenzy and can't pull himself out. Chasing the ultimate fusion of extreme pain and explosive sound, plays continuous brutal string plucking to push his physical body to the limit, improvising distorted melodies on the verge of losing control. Let's learn more
So
about
he
him
has to
through
be a
Santik's skill
debuffer
introduction
or buffer,
promotional
maybe?
video.
Getting involved with me rarely ends well. You sure you want to keep coming closer?
Let's see.
Santik is a support-type Animus, built around critical strikes. His exclusive passive allows any ally who lands a critical hit to recover HP based on their damage dealt, while increasing the crit damage of all allies. His skill 2 extends the cooldown of all enemy Animus and shell abilities, while applying decreased crit and decreased effect accuracy. Santik's ultimate cleanses debuffs from all allies, grants increased crit and increased crit damage, and
All
immediately
debuffs?
grants him an extra turn. In prolonged battles, he greatly improves team sustain while continuously boosting the team's overall damage output. Skill 1 deals damage to a single enemy and cleanses debuffs from the ally with the most debuffs. If the attack crits, the number of debuffs cleansed increases. Exclusive passive. Whenever an ally lands a critical hit, they recover HP based on the damage dealt, and all allies gain a permanent increase to crit damage. Skill 2
A
deals
permanent
damage
increase
to
to
all
crit
enemies,
damage is crazy.
increases their Animus and shell skill cooldowns, and applies decreased crit and decreased effect accuracy. Ultimate cleanses all debuffs from allies, implies increased crit and increased crit damage, and immediately grants Santik an extra turn.
Oh, damn.
New
All right.
here. Hope you've got guts. When I plug in the speakers, don't rush to your ears.
Now that we've seen the 2 upcoming Animuses, next we're going to reveal
is he,
the
though?
update calendar for the remaining Animuses in SS2.
Let me see. On the calendar, you can see the specific implementation dates for the other characters that appeared in the season promotional video.
Oh, okay.
That's right. On December 25th, 2 more Animuses will be joining the world of Etheria.
Now,
The
this
first one
says,
from
hold
the
on,
Astral
this says Lowen and +3 Awaken SR Animuses. What is happening right now? I'm gonna let him get
the
to
Noble
it.
and Holy Palin. And the second one is the executive secretary to the acting president
Oh,
of
Fia Milla.
Hydrabank,
I mean, you
Senna.
guys kind of showed her
Besides
the
them,
PV.
I also see there's an extra Affinity Animus coming in January 2026.
Correct. This Animus is one of the 10 top managers at Hydrabank. Cold, elegant, and aloof. She's Fiamelia.
Yeah.
For more spoilers on these Animuses, please pay close attention to the Etheria Restart community announcements the week before release.
Huh? Chris, I see on the calendar it also says 3 Animuses will be awakened next week. What's that about?
Yep, Awakening is a new feature. We received a lot of feedback from hyperlinkers about non-SSR Animuses becoming weaker as more and more SSRs are added to the game.
Oh, so they're doing
Everyone hopes
similar
that many
to what
non-SSR
E7.
Animuses could also show off more powerful abilities. Thus, we created the Ability Awakening system. We plan to release 3 Animuses who can be awakened each season.
Allowing non-SSR Animuses to become
That's actually
even
not
stronger.
bad because that
seems pretty
allows
interesting.
people to adjust.
To awaken an Animus, hyperlinkers need to go to the ability
Sonia's gonna be
awakening
busted,
feature
I
and
feel
select
like.
an Animus that can be awakened.
RC77
Completing their
might be kinda
corresponding
crazy
challenge
too.
will get materials needed to awaken the unit. Once the Animus meets the awakening conditions, you will see an awakening enhancement tree in their prowess tab. You can use the awakening materials to light up this tree bit by bit.
The
Oh
enhancement
man, it's
tree
more
provides
speed
so many
too,
buffs.
so their
It's
base speeds
comprehensive.
can go up.
When
That's
the tree
nuts.
is completely lit up, the Animus awakening will be complete. After an Animus is awakened, besides changes to their base stats, their corresponding skill effects will also be strengthened.
I can't wait to make
so
my Animus
skills
stronger.
are going to be
Can you
stronger too
reveal
for the
which
character?
3 Animus will be given awakening this time?
Yes. After the SS2 season update,
This is
Pteranodon,
actually
Sonya,
great for the
and
game.
RC77, a total of 3 Animuses will be able to undergo ability awakening.
New
What's on the
debuff
screen
spread.
now are their corresponding awakening effects.
Increases
In the
turn
November
meter.
update,
Oh
we
my
launched the
god.
Shell Lab event. Hyperlinkers can choose a shell that they want based on their needs, match it with a suitable matrix, and craft it. This event will help hyperlinkers to get shells that were originally harder to obtain the right matrix. Of course, besides this event, we are also continuously updating the shell
Yeah, I know
system.
some people were
In
okay
season
with that
SS2,
event.
everyone will see this new content. First is the shell overhaul function. Before, it was difficult to get the shell you wanted. And it was also taking a lot of time and
Yeah, a lot of
resources to
craft,
craft
yeah.
shells. Because of this, we're adding another way for everyone to get their ideal shell faster. Hyperlinkers can now overhaul the matrix of a shell. Hyperlinkers can get these refining materials from the Grim Pursuit stages.
Okay.
Then use them to refine the shell whose matrix they want to change. In addition to altering the matrix, hyperlinkers can also obtain the specific passive modules from special passive module chests. These modules directly replace the shell's passive effects.
Okay, that's actually
awesome.
pretty.
This will give
That's
hyperlinkers
actually really
more chances
good.
to obtain the shell they need for various Animus builds. Will these features be implemented with the update at the start of SS2?
Of course. Besides functional
Nice,
updates, we've
okay.
also created a system to add a little bit more fun to the game: shell projection. Hyperlinkers can go to the shell enhancement screen and use the projection feature to change the appearance of legendary quality shells. The items to change appearances are extra drops in the Grim Pursuit stages, on top of the original shell and material
Wow.
drops. And every legendary quality shell will have at least one corresponding projection item. Projection
that looks
items will
cool.
be automatically returned to the hyperlinker's inventory when the shell is inherited or salvaged, so you can use them without worry.
That was a lot of talking. Let's take a short breather. We have a special gift code that is on the screen right now. Write it down and redeem it in-game.
It's
Now,
Etheria
let's get back to the
season
program.
2.
Chris, come and introduce some more new content.
Alright, let's talk about something that will get everyone excited. In the past, our limited time events like Blessings Galore and Wishbinder Gift were only announced the week they started. However, I will reveal the complete calendar for Season SS2 right now.
Nice, okay.
Wow, what a clear event calendar. You can see the dates for every single upcoming event.
That's right. With this event calendar, hyperlinkers can properly manage their game time and account resources. Hyperlinkers can also view this calendar
this is
in-game
a
under
really
the
good
events section.
Season
structure
SS2 will
moving
continue
into.
all the way into 2026. We're going to celebrate the new year with all the hyperlinkers.
Yes, so we've also prepared a New Year's event, running from the end of December to the beginning of January 2026. During the event, hyperlinkers can complete a series of event missions and buy exclusive New Year's cosmetics in the shop. Please
Okay.
look forward to the official announcements for details.
Speaking of which, I saw a new event on the calendar. Chaku
Treasure Hunt. Yeah, I was about to say.
Chaku Treasure Hunt is a new limited time event. During the event, Chaku will open up his digital treasure trove. Hyperlinkers will be able to get a ton of enhancement materials from this event. Hyperlinkers can accumulate keys, confirm their reward items in the encrypted zone,
there's a shop,
and then use
okay.
the multiplier keys in the
Oh,
cipher
that
zone to
shop looked
increase the
different,
number of
though.
rewards.
That sounds like an amazing event.
Besides daily events, we also want to try and bring a more relaxed and fun atmosphere to the Apex Arena. The dev team is currently preparing a limited Summit Arena event mode. Matches in this mode won't affect your ranked score, and you can complete your Battle Pass missions through this. The first phase of the
that's
event
tough.
is expected
Okay,
to go
that's
live
actually
in
really
the
good
update at
change.
the end of December. In future events, the dev team will try to add more fun battlefield rules. In the November update, we implemented the Ethernet Rally raid function, which got great reviews. Next, we'll introduce more of the optimization content we'll be implementing in Season SS2.
First up is the hard mode of Ember Trek. Hyperlinkers
Okay.
who have already cleared the regular stages can now claim rewards from the minor enemy levels, only needing to challenge the elite and boss stages.
Okay, that's cool.
Next is a gameplay optimization. Phantom Theater will now support a quick complete function. Once the battle score reaches SSS, as long as both hyperlinkers agree, you can quickly end the battle and claim your rewards.
That's great, I can finish my dailies much quicker now.
The Infinity Train feature will also be getting an auto-select card feature. During the run, on the first card selection screen, if you click auto-select, the system will automatically select the highest rarity cards for you. This way,
that's not bad,
hyperlinkers
so you
can
don't gotta
complete
pay it
Infinity
online.
Train on auto without any extra operation. In the November update, we also launched the module Reforge function. While Reforge can reduce the farming grind, many hyperlinkers have said that the material sources were too limited. The dev team has been working on adding more ways to get materials, and there will be more places to get module Reforge materials at the start of season SS2.
Okay.
The dev team has optimized the module overhaul function. Now, after selecting your filter conditions for recycling, you can save these conditions as a template. You can even share these saved filter templates with other hyperlinkers. It's much more convenient.
Oh, okay, that's pretty
This
sick.
feature is still in
It's kind of
development,
like what
but it will
Raid
be added to the
does.
game with an update in the middle of SS2.
There's still one more feature related to gear, but it's still in development and will be online by the end of December. This is the new loadout folder saving function. After playing for so long, hyperlinkers have saved more and more loadouts.
So you can have
Sometimes
for each
you have to
character.
scroll for a long time to find one
Yeah,
that you
give me
saved
a
a while
folder for
ago.
each character.
With this loadout
absolutely.
folder, you can customize your own loadout categories or name them after an animus to better organize all of your sets.
With this feature, I can finally clean up all of my loadout lists.
Next is an optimization for the enhancement screen. Many hyperlinkers gave feedback that while separating the white and green stat values on the animus screen is clear, it's a hassle to have to add them up yourself. Currently, we are preparing a button that will merge it and display the total value. Hyperlinkers
that's
can just
cool.
click this button on the enhancement screen to combine the stats. This feature will be implemented right at the start of season SS2. There's one more issue that hyperlinkers have brought up: post-battle statistics. The dev team has seen the feedback and are currently developing this feature. Because the amount of data we need to
Everybody
filter
thought he
is
was gonna
quite
say
large,
something
it will
else.
still take some time before this feature is ready. Please keep an eye on our official news for the specific related updates.
In season SS1, the EWS came to China and Asia servers, holding the first ever Asia series. What new events will the EWS have?
Alright, so we previously shared early news about the EWS year-end
global
finals.
finals.
And today we are proud to announce that the 2025 Etheria World Summit Global Finals is scheduled to take place in February next year.
That's in my
The
birthday.
tournament will be held in 3 stages. First, all hyperlinkers will be eligible to sign up for the regional qualifiers, a closed elimination format that will be held during the RTA SS2 season. Players who advance from the qualifiers will enter the regional qualifier finals, where they will compete for a spot in the 3rd stage, the global offline finals.
Okay.
In February 2026, a total of the top 16 players from the global server, East Asia server, and Chinese server will gather in Shanghai to compete in the
that's gonna be sick.
2025 Etheria World Summit Global Finals.
I always think the tournament stuff
Alongside
is
a
pretty
generous
sick.
prize pool, the world champion will also receive the highest honor of 2025, the opportunity to collaborate with the Etheria Restart development team to create an exclusive Emanator champion skin.
What an incredible
Oh,
award.
okay. They took that.
We're truly
took that
excited to see
one out
what
of
kind of champion skin the winner will design with the dev team. Hyperlinkers
E7.
interested
That's,
in the
I mean,
global
that's it's a
finals,
good
please follow
idea.
our
If
social
it
media
ain't
for
broke,
any
don't
updates.
fix it, right?
Wow, that was quite the update from us. However, that's all the preview content we have for today.
Okay.
Etheria Restart Season SS2 Remade Tiara will be updated next week. For the specific update notice and balance adjustments, please continue to follow the official announcements on our community. Also, don't forget to redeem your gift codes.
All right,
next
so
time,
they
guys.
have one gift
See ya,
code, Etheria SS2, Etheria SS2, right? Now, here's the thing. Okay, so let's actually talk about the elephant in the room here. Now, obviously, it's 2 things. Before we get into all the amazing stuff here, I just want to get this out of the way. Obviously, story, right? Story, I think, was one thing that I've seen a lot of players asking for. Where's the new story, etc. Now, I feel like personally, and I kind of knew this when they announced it, because they announced that they were doing the first chapters that we already experienced. They were doing English voice acting for that, right? Now, what that would mean is that they announced that, I think, like about a month ago. I feel like they were just getting that going. And if you guys know anything about like voice acting, game development, and that combo, it takes a little bit, right? Like they're not going to have that done right away. Plus, whatever story was already animated or already done, then they have to go in and have them do that. And so I feel like that stuff we're not going to really see until we go into like maybe next year, because that could be like a really big high quality like, you know, kind of pull in for bringing players back. They might have like some crazy amped up like returner thing they may do again. Who knows, right? But I just feel like they just don't like it's just not enough time yet. Again, they could like obviously release all the EN stuff for just the beginning part, but for most of us that already played, I mean, it doesn't matter. We already played it, right? So I think that that's what's kind of happening with that, which is why we're not seeing it here in season 2. Because I also think with the other servers, they're still trying to keep us synchronized, where they're like really moving on into like just focusing more on PvP enhancement, QOL, stuff like that. And then still trying to implement different PvE things to give us more resources and stuff like that. So I feel like that's where the focus is. Now, I know that then gateways us into the next elephant in the room, which I thought Chris was going to say, which was jokes on us, right? Was lattice, right? Now, I will say this. And I'm probably gonna do a pod at some point with the homie Sturby. I'm gonna definitely hit him up, see if he's down to do it, because I think that one of the things with the game right now is that, like, in terms of doing PvP or even building up units, as much lattice as people think they need, like, not every unit needs to be like 5, 5, 5, 5, you know, like on every skill. I know I said an extra 5, but still, you get what I'm saying. Now the other thing is too is that I also am like picking apart like the different events that they've been implementing and like thinking about like how many of those events players have been missing. And when you start to kind of tally up the lattices, they start to add up over time. And then of course, like with some of these, like I think like even the newest event was giving more shards in the event if you were just kind of playing it. So I think that like that's one of the things that's going to actually end up happening, and it's going to be much harder for people to return to older servers because everybody's lattice investment, those that have been continually playing, it's just going to be so much more vast than yours. So that's going to be one of those things where I don't know if like players coming back are going to have to hop on a new server or if they're just going to be able to seamlessly hop back on to their old server if they haven't been playing. Now, of course, returner rewards or systems that they implement, I think is really going to heavily affect that. But I'll say all in all and through, especially with them adding things like the Awaken system, if these units can, like I would say, become on par or get up to being just as good as 5 stars, that's definitely going to be a really nice extra additive. But I think the one thing that they just seem like they're not really willing to do yet or right now is directly give players 5-star lattices. It just doesn't seem like they want to just hand those out. And I think that's because they're considering not just us, but also their other servers. And you know what this is kind of reminding me of? Like kind of like the thing that KR pushed with on CZN about like all the stuff they had going on over there. And then like for us on Global, we were just kind of like, do we really care about that? Not really, right? Like I feel like I actually genuinely want to know. And I'm not saying like, you know, everybody doesn't share their sentiment. But what I am saying is that I don't actually know if JP and the other servers have the same sentiments that we do on Global. Like, I don't know. So I'm like, are we the small minority? And when I say we, I'm saying that as a collective, because I think for me personally, I've kind of thrown that whole construct out of my head just because I get on Etheria Restart. I enjoy it for what it's worth. And then I go play other games. But I think for those that are living on Etheria, I don't know like if they're a part of a smaller minority or if that's a vast majority. So let me know how you guys feel about that, because I think that that is a really, really big thing that I see all over the place, but I don't know if that, and I'm almost starting to kind of feel like that's not the majority of players that are really hardcore playing this game, right? So that's kind of my thing, is that like even for me, I just started to kind of like make sure I was doing all the events, and I started to notice like I haven't actually spent any lattices. I have a ton of lattices just sitting right now, like I kid you not. But that's also because, like I said, I haven't been like too active this season, but I think going into season 2, I'm definitely going to be a lot more active. Now, okay, we got those elephant things out of the room. Like I said, let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. But nonetheless, the new season launch celebration, all the stuff that's coming with this, the new characters, etc. I think that they actually seem pretty interesting. I think like again, the LD coming in, being the bruiser that I feel like everybody's kind of wanted is kind of funny to me. They didn't really say what the attribute of Santic is going to be, so we'll have to kind of see. I'm assuming maybe reason, but I don't know. I mean, maybe. Actually, not even just so much his rarity, but what is his or his element, but what is his rarity? He may just be a 4-star, right? Like he could just be the 4-star coming on banner wear. So I think that that's also something to kind of consider there. And if he is, then that also kind of like would make him an LD, and then he would that would mean that, yeah, you kind of would want them, if like you have to pull on her banner if you want to try both of them, right? So again, having the prism dice, the synchron dice, keep in mind if you guys have been gone for a little bit, that's for like your substats and stuff like that. It's a really, really good system. Also for like kind of into the what's it called system. Like you have the shell system that they added for you to be able to like try to roll the passives and stuff like that you're looking for. But then with some of the newer stuff that they talked about, which is what kind of excited me, was not just like the Animus changes, right? Like I was looking at Sonya, like I think that was one that really caught my eye here, because she has a new effect, increases turn meter and of allied Animuses affected by all-powerful protection, which is crazy. Overall skill enhancements and a new purify all debuffs from the target. Yeah, that seems like that's going to be pretty crazy. But then like, again, like each of the characters seem like they're getting something, right? Like they seem like they're getting something. Increasing the strength of basic buffs applied to all allies. Overall skill improvements, the order of dispel and turn meter is swapped. Okay, that actually does matter. Adds new turn meter plus effect. So that might actually put her back to where she was, because turn dot was actually pretty good and then they nerfed her. And then we have, let me see if I can get RC77 up here. Because yeah, he's also another one, like right here. Yeah, when enemy target has debuffs purified, their buffs are simultaneously dispelled. Okay. And then their max HP is reduced. If the target has no dispellable buffs, additional max HP will be removed. Now, if that's just direct, that might be kind of insane. So it looks like those are like going to be some pretty interesting adjustments for the SRs in the game. Now, like I said, the thing that really was exciting me was this, right? Being able to have the ability to have the passive module chest, I think is actually really insane. Because if we have ways to obtain that, it's going to really, really diminish how much we have to put in terms of our resources for investing shells, right? So I'm hoping that that's like actually allowing us to be able to develop them much more simpler, so that you can have and spend more time actually like, you know, doing more of the things you want to do in the game. Because I think like you don't want the fine tuning process to be so much that like that's all you're ever doing, right? Like, and I mean, like, granted, you want to be doing it on something, but so many different things, that's where like it definitely can be a little bit overwhelming or harder for people to be able to keep up. So yeah, I think that that's actually pretty cool. The projection, I think, is actually pretty sick, because that just, like, again, it's like what I was saying before, which was skins for Animuses, for shells, I think was always just going to be the way to go anyway. Like, why not, like, make shells have skins? And then you can always do super upped up ones that if people want to buy them, they can. Like, I feel like people would spend for that type of stuff. Now, as far as the like event calendar, why is this good? This is good because, like they said, you obviously can plan things out, but the other reason why this is good is because this gives a very, very clear indication that you have a plan, right? So I feel like this is something that no matter what period of the game they're in, they should always do this and then try to stick to it as much as they possibly can. Obviously some things may change, but I think that the more that you showcase things like this is just going to give people an idea, or just, you know, give them the ability to see that you have a plan and you have a direction that you're trying to head into, right? So, like, again, we can see like the rerun banners we know are going to be Messiah and Fuchi, right? So you know that, okay, if I pull for, which actually they go to show, oh, he was reason attribute. See, they show it here, which is weird they didn't show it in the PV. But yeah, you can see here, Loan is Void, Dark. And then you could also see Santic is Reason, but you can see there's no rerun banners while they're active. Then going into Palin and Sinew, you can see that these units, which are not showing the attributes just yet, are going to be up. But if you're looking to pull for an LD, you know that that banner will be up for Messiah. Now, is this banner more than likely going to have a LD? Probably not. The next one would probably be with Familia, I would say, right? Because then you get Fuchi on a rerun, and then Fiamelia will be running at the same time, right? So this is like, again, a really, really good structure to have, just because it allows players to be able to see what's coming. Again, they can plan properly, and then it lets them know that you have a plan, right? So that, of course, I think is actually a really, really good idea. Now, they have like some new events and stuff like that, new features, QOL, skips, and all that stuff. I think that's actually pretty good. Now, I think, again, getting into like, obviously the, you know, the tournaments and stuff like that, that's really only going to matter to those who really care about RTA that much. I do like RTA that much where I will watch qualifiers and stuff like that. But that's, like I said, it's a very specific cup of tea. Not for everybody. Probably the guys that just like PvE aren't going to really care too much. But yeah, we're going to start streaming more of this stuff too, because I actually do like this stuff. But with that all being said, my thoughts as far as what needs to be done, what is Etheria going to need to really be able to upkeep staying relevant going into 2026. Now, I will say that right now, Etheria doesn't actually have any real like direct, like new, I would say, competition, right? Because they are in a very, very specific lane, which is PvP focus, right? I think that that's definitely something that is like fairly unique to Etheria. Obviously, you got games like E7, you know, 7 Others, like other games have PvP, but as far as them being super like, hey, we got world tournaments, there's only 3 games that are really doing that right now. And I would say that's Summoner's War, you got Epic 7, and I guess now Etheria, right? Like these are the 3 main games that I'm now seeing do tournaments regularly. They have world championships. They have like, you know, it's not really a oversaturated space, right? So I don't think that like this is going to be, I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to just come up and then, wow, Etheria just blows up and doesn't exist anymore. I don't think it's going to be that. I think more so they're going to have a more specific like core audience, which there's nothing wrong with that, right? I think a lot of games have actually stepped away from that for some reason, where they just kind of have no core audience, but they have like a kind of generalized audience, but everything is just always watered down. And so I think that like, because it is gacha, of course, you got to implement some things for casuals. I think that's very, very important. But I think that like the longer Etheria exists and the more competitive it gets, it's just going to not be as casual as people want it to be. And that's just naturally going to happen just because it's a competitive game. It'd be kind of like League of Legends still making a whole bunch of casual characters. Like they're not going to do that. They're going to keep making more skill-based or, you know, like more team synergy-based characters. Like it's gonna only get to be more vast, and so I think that that's something that they're probably leaning into focusing first. I feel like story and PvE enhancements I think is great, because then it does feed that other aspect of what could be potentially another side of your community. But I think also too, having a very clear identity and what you want to do, I think it would just be really important for them to state that. And I think that that's what you know, it's kind of the general thing right now. Don't allow players to sit and make it up in their mind what your game is. Tell players what your game is, because then they can decide for themselves if they want to stick around, right? And that's what I would say that I've been like kind of seeing with like games like Chaos Zero Nightmare. Granted, they're PvE, but they're very clear on what they are, right? Like they are not trying to confuse or blur the lines. They're like, hey, we're PvE, we do this. We want you to have, you know, build diversity doing this. Like they're very, very clear on that. So I think that that's actually like a really, really important thing. So I don't know. I feel like all in all, I'm going to be playing this season. We're going to be streaming, definitely streaming. So yeah, I think it's going to be fun. We're going to have some more videos. I think, again, this is like really constructive to talk like this. Hopefully the devs see this and, you know, are able to, you know, take this as constructive feedback. But either way, that's going to be basically that with this one. Let me know how you guys feel in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more Etheria Restart content and another episode of Zoxtalks. All right. So that's going to be that with this one, guys. Everyone, stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.